Hi there, welcome to Tuesday's market commentary. Here's a chart of the S&P 500. Up on the top you can see the Dow was down about 231, Nasdaq down about 73. Nasdaq was actually quite bearish today. Dow wasn't so bad, but the Nasdaq was quite bearish. What really happened, most of the selling came in the last part of the day. After Monday's huge bounce we had, it's because the markets were expecting maybe the government to come back with some type of a second type of stimulus plan. And then today President Bush came out and said that there would be no second type of stimulus plan coming out, but they were open for other ideas. And then from that, the market sold off a little bit, giving away some of yesterday's large gains that we had. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. Looks like we've got support down here around 839, 845, right down in through this level, right through here, support. Let's just call it, make it round up, make it easy, and call it 850 for support level. And resistance will come back up the highs here from a couple weeks ago at 1039 for resistance. And right now you can see we're right in the middle between support 845 and 1039. You see we're trading right here in the very middle part for the S&P 500. MACDs are way oversold down here towards the bottom with the histograms turned to the upside. So that's given us a bit of a bullish divergence, saying we're ready for a bounce. So with that, I'm still going to call it short-term neutral on the S&P 500. And longer term bearish as we're still making lower lows coming through here until we physically start coming back up and we move up, you'd say right up and through here past this support level here at about 1139, 1140. Until we start moving back up above that level, we can then go maybe more short-term neutral. But for right now, we're going to have to go, short-term, we then maybe start to go longer-term neutral. But right now, we've got support 840, resistance 1040, right in this range, and right now we're right in the very middle through here. So we're going to call the short term, we're going to call it neutral until we move up above 1039. Move above 1039, we can start to go short term bullish at that point. And if we move up above 1140, we can go longer term neutral. But right now, long term bearish, short term neutral, with the MACD trying to turn positive. So it looks like there's a chance we might get a little bit more of a bounce over here in the next couple weeks. All right, let's take a look at the NASDAQ and see what that's trying to tell us. And here's a chart of the NASDAQ, which was a little bit weaker today. We've got support down here about 1545, for our support level, and about 1900 for resistance. We're going to call that for resistance level, and that's right up here towards this high we had about a little more than a week ago. So we're right there in the very middle of that right now. You can see we're trading right in the middle. We had a pretty good selling day. We did have Yahoo, eBay, and Apple come out with some positive earnings tonight after the market closed, so the NASDAQ futures are trading up just slightly. Not a whole lot, but just slightly, and so that should give the markets a little bit of boost unless we have any bad economic news first thing in the morning. MACDs are still, just like on the S&P, are oversold, and the histograms are turning positive, so it's looking like it's got a reason to move higher. And usually if you're not sure which happens and you've got MACDs moving one day, index moving the next, go back and follow the indicators, because right now we've got more of a bullish divergence saying at some point of time the index will come back and follow the MACDs. So we are going to go short-term neutral. We've got resistance at 1900, support 1540. Until we come above 1900 on resistance, we're going to have to stay neutral in our trades, not really bullish, not really bearish. And we're going to go long-term bearish, short-term neutral on the NASDAQ. If we come back up and we're going to say right around maybe 2200, move above that, we can then go longer-term neutral at that point of time. But for right now, resistance 1900, support 1540. Hope that helps, and remember to check news. We are in earnings season, so right now you're going to get quite a few stocks coming out with earnings at the end of each trading day, so make sure you keep an eye on news, because news does have a tendency to change everything in the markets. And I wish you the best.